Okay then, Liverpool 2, Brighton 2 at the Amex. Pretty disappointing that all told, is it? Feels like it was 2 points dropped for Liverpool there. Obviously, any time that you are in the lead of a football match in the Premier League with 10, 12 minutes to go or whatever it was, and you don't come away with the 3 points, it always feels it's so annoying, especially when you consider that we had the Gravenberch chance, didn't we? How he gets that onto the bar. I don't know. It's not an easy chance at all. It's a great ball across by Dom, isn't it? It's a great play down that right hand side, all told. Um, but you've just got anything. If he didn't hit it quite so well, it might have gone in. If he hits it better, it goes in. Hit it anywhere, just not into the bar type of thing. But I think all told, when you think about what we were feeling like as a fan base coming into this, obviously bit of a non-game in midweek, but coming off the back of the Tottenham Hotspur game and knowing that we'd had Tottenham and then we've got Brighton away from home and stuff, then you're thinking to yourself, they're two tough games now. Is a point good enough from those two games? No, not really, but we're within touching distance, aren't we, at the top of the table going into another international break, and you can be thankful of that. Even if Manchester City win later on this afternoon, we're only going to be 4 points behind them. If they lose, then we're going to be 3 points behind top of the table, aren't we? So all told, we're in a good position, and we knew that Brighton were going to be tough and they were going to be like a bit of a caged animal almost because of the way that their results have gone over the last few weeks, really. But we know that they're a good side. We know that they're going to be in and around, sniffing around top four, top six come the end of the season. We know that what the Zerbi does is very difficult for us to break down, and it was a bit of a chess match, I think, for me in the first half. Certainly, Brighton not wanting to press us or our defenders, with Alisson starting to get into the back line, and actually it was that caused the issue because Alisson, as playing of one of our build-up players, playing almost alongside Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip and Andy Robertson in build-up phase, led unfortunately to him being out of position when we give the ball away. Now, Virgil van Dijk plays a ball which maybe he shouldn't have played, and MacAllister definitely stands still where he should have gone towards the ball. Don't think he could see a Dringer coming in from that sort of right-hand side, and the finish, Alisson slips. It's unlucky for Alisson there. He'd have saved it if he didn't slip, but it's poor play. Maybe you can question whether Van Dijk should be playing the pass. Obviously, there has to be question marks of MacAllister in that phase of play, because ultimately it's his actual mistake that causes us to concede the first goal, and it's kind of backs against the wall then, really, isn't it? And we know that it's going to be difficult to break Brighton down, and we get a penalty, which I think is, it's a talking point. Of course it's a talking point, but from my point of view, if you get horse collar tackled and you get dragged down by your shirt and you go backwards like that, it's a penalty all day. And I don't understand why. Obviously I was on watch long duties while you were playing it over and over and over and over again. Like, you just keep seeing replays. I said, why did they keep replaying that? It was a cut and dry penalty, wasn't it? And obviously we get into the game obviously before that. Through Mo again, and it's a couple of goals in quick succession for him, isn't it? And actually, the goal that draws us level with Brighton, it's brilliant play from Diaz, who's getting sort of dragged on the spin, and Nunes, who ultimately gets the assist. It's great play from Harvey Elliott, who steps over the ball, and I didn't think Harvey did too much in the first half, and actually he affected the match without touching the ball, and it's almost an assist for Harvey Elliott. And I think, I don't think it was the best game from Dom or Harvey Elliott in that first half. I thought we really struggled to get those two players specifically into the game, and Diaz was a lot of running around Salah and Nunes. I don't think there was a lot from them in the first half, but Salah walks away with two goals. Obviously he slots the penalty, and he slots the one where Harvey Elliott leaves it for him and ultimately walks away. And those two goals maybe should have been enough, because it's another mistake, I think, from Liverpool, and this time maybe from Andy Robertson in defending the free kick. I think he's gone at it with his leg or his thigh and not expected to come at head height. It's a good free kick from Solly March. It's a free kick that we kind of had to give away, unfortunately, as well, because their man was going through two of our players, and it's a good free kick. It is. It's putting it right height and stuff like that, but I think Robertson will be disappointed that he didn't get there for that, didn't intercept that football. ball, and Lewis Dunk puts it away, doesn't he? And then they have that opportunity with Pedro as well, where, you know, he probably should have scored. It's one of those weird games, I think, when both teams will feel like they deserve the 3 points. Both teams definitely had the opportunities to take the 3 points, and yet both teams at the end of the day will probably walk away thinking, after a bit of reflection and a bit of time, that a draw is probably the fairest result there. I think, you know, neither side dominated possession too much. Neither side had loads more big chances than the other side. So, and ultimately, in the fullness of time, it keeps Liverpool within touching distance of the top of the table. I feel like we definitely felt the Jota and Gakpo not being available in this one. When you sort of look to the bench with 10 minutes to go, when they've scored in the 78th minute, who are we going to bring on? And I don't think the trust was there to bring Doak on, but, you know, Diaz probably maybe should have been substituted, or would have been substituted, I should say, for a Gakpo or a Jota with 10 minutes to go. And unfortunately, we didn't have those players available to us. And I think we've maybe overlooked the strength and depth of our forward players, how they've always been able to rotate and bring another lad on and stuff like that in what we've done so far this season. So that hurt us today. But ultimately, in the fullness of time, I think it's a result that you look back on and go, you know what, we didn't get beat. And it's still painful, of course, because anytime you're in the lead with a few minutes to go, you feel shit when you get a draw. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, of course. Don't forget to like the video, please do. And I'll see you next time.